The morning in New York was quiet. A soft breeze passed between the buildings as sunlight touched the towers. People rushed to work with coffee in hand.
Is under attack.
Children laughed at street corners. The city pulsed with ordinary life, unaware that within minutes, everything would change. The sound of planes was nothing new. Until it was. Without warning, one cut across the sky. Then another. And the world stopped watching television and started watching history in real time. Smoke rose like ghosts over Manhattan. Ash rained on faces frozen in disbelief. Sirens screamed into silence. And from the steel, fire, and dust, one name would become the face of global fear. Bin Laden. The man who vanished after devastation. Who haunted intelligence reports. His name whispered across continents, shared in classified files and urgent calls. His image flickered on walls of war rooms. And still, he remained unseen. They thought they had him once.
He vanished again,
deep in the mountains, past the reach of roads and light.
2011.
A man, hidden in the rock, watched through a crack in the cave wall. Soldiers moved closer. Intelligence circled the target. They were sure. But when the dust cleared and the samples were tested, it wasn't him.
He never leaves
Another
the house.
false ghost.
Ever.
Another near miss. If this story has you hooked, just wait for what's coming next. Make sure to follow our channel so you don't miss any of the amazing stories we've got coming your way. Years passed. Maps were redrawn. Borders shifted. Wars evolved. But the search never truly stopped. It grew colder, quieter, more precise. Like breath held in a dark room. Listening. Watching. Waiting. Some said he was dead. Others believed he had become a phantom, observing everything from afar. Then, something appeared. Something strange. A house. Too tall. Too quiet. No phones. No internet. No signs of life, and yet, someone was there. The CIA watched. A week became 2. Then 4. Then months. No trash was taken out. No visitors. But groceries came. Children moved in the yard. One man stayed upstairs. Always upstairs. Always in the shadows. A replica of the compound was built. Training began. Every wall was measured. Every hallway walked. Every corner memorized. The team spoke little. They practiced with urgency but never panicked. They knew the chances were thin. But still, they believed. On the 1st of May, 2011, the helicopters left the base.
And
Flying
that's the
low,
latest
under the
development in
radar.
ongoing international
Their
summit.
blades cut
We'll
through
have
the
more
darkness with
updates
purpose.
as they come in.
Inside, men sat with focus sharp as steel. Not afraid. Not overconfident. Just ready. They reached the compound in silence. One helicopter clipped the wall but didn't stop. The team moved. Entered. Split. Floor by floor.
All right, class.
Room
Today
by
we're
room.
discussing Operation
Not a word
Neptune
spoken.
Spear.
Not a
Yes,
sound
question?
wasted.
His location
Just
was
boots.
kept secret for nearly 10
Vision.
years.
Breath.
When they found him,
At the top of the
world
final
would never
staircase,
be the same.
behind a simple door, stood the man they had chased for a decade. He was older. He didn't run. He didn't speak. In that moment, everything paused. And then it ended. Target secured. They didn't stay. No time for questions. No time for statements. They carried him out in silence. Wrapped in white. Heavy in weight but not in movement. Into
Target
the helicopter. Into the night. But he would not be buried in a cemetery. There would be no marker. No stone. No monument for others to find. He would go where few could follow. At sea, the vessel was still. The men stood in a line. No words. No prayers. Just a quiet gesture, a final act, and the body slipped into the water. No one said goodbye. The ocean accepted him. And then it was done. The news spread fast. Some rejoiced. Some wept. Others stood in stunned silence. Crowds outside the White House sang. Flags waved. Candles were lit. And still, many asked, what now? The compound was destroyed, reduced to broken walls and crumbled stone, like it had never stood. But memory is not so easily erased. Tell us in the comments what you think. The families still carry absence. The agents still carry weight. The soldiers still carry memory. And the world, in quiet ways, still carries the echo of that decade-long breath. Justice does not always roar. Sometimes it arrives on quiet boots, moving through darkness, speaking only once. Sometimes justice is not loud. It is not heroic. It is efficient, final, and unseen. There were no medals on that night. No speeches. No glory. Just men returning from something few would understand. They didn't call it victory. They called it done. He was gone. But the world he left remains. And the trail he carved through it will be studied for generations. Because justice, when it comes, does not erase pain. It does not bring closure to all. It does not answer every question. Sometimes, it simply ends the chase. And so, the hunt that began in the quiet of a New York morning ended in a place with no name, in a moment few would believe. Not with celebration. Not with noise. But with silence. And with the sea. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and like the video so we can keep bringing you stories that deserve to be remembered. See you next time.